Hello, everyone. Good evening. How are you all doing? Let me ask you something. And here's the question for you. Have you ever been in a room where the loudest person automatically gets noticed? And you are sitting there thinking, I had a better point, but I didn't say it. And then somewhere along the way, this thought creeps in. Maybe I'm not naturally cut out for leadership. If you have ever felt that, let me tell you, you are not alone. So, before I get into the details of today's discussion, let me share with you that today is day 30 of the 365 live sessions on career growth strategies. Okay, so let's continue now. Somewhere, somewhere, we have a belief that executive presence is equal to being outspoken. Leadership is equal to being the most loud. But that's not entirely true. In fact, some of the strongest leaders are not the loudest in the room. They are just very intentional in how they show up. So, if you are someone who is naturally introverted, you don't need to become someone else. You just need to use your strengths differently. One, speak less, but let that land. You don't need to talk all the time, but when you do speak, make that count. Instead of jumping into every conversation, take a moment, observe, and then add something to that. That moves the discussion forward because executive presence is not about volume, it's all about impact. Two, prepare your voice before the room. A lot of introverts think best before they speak. Use that. Before important meetings, ask yourself this. What one point I want to bring into the table? You don't need 5 points or 5 ideas. One clear thought which can make a difference. That clarity reduces hesitation in the moment. Three, use listening as a leadership tool. This is your superpower. Conversations and bring clarity. That's and fourth point, build presence through consistency. You don't need to change your personality, but you do need to build consistency to show up it and confidence in your own thinking. Over time, people start associating you with thoughtfulness, clarity, and reliability. And that becomes your presence. And last but not the least, define what presence means for you. Here's the biggest shift. Stop trying to fit into someone else's version of leadership because presence is not about being loud, it's about being felt. When you speak with clarity, when you listen with intent, when you show up consistently, people notice you, even if you are not the most vocal person in the room. So here's the truth: you don't need to become extrovert to build executive presence. Now, if you are extrovert, well and good. But if you are not, then it's also good. You just need to stop underestimating the power of how you already think, observe, and contribute. So, if you are an introvert in the room who has been holding back, comment quiet power below. Let's own this. And if this conversation felt personal to you, then you will really enjoy these live sessions. Every evening at 8 p.m. IST, I come here and talk about real growth, career confidence, communication, and more without forcing you to become someone you are not. Simple shifts, results with you. More and more professionals are now starting to come back here daily, and I would love to see you here tomorrow as well. Follow me again tomorrow at 8 p.m. Until then, you don't need to be louder to be seen. You just need to be clearer when you show up. See you tomorrow at 8 p.m. IST.